Hey guys, it's Candy. I'm just doing this recording just in case you couldn't make it to our live vision board workshop. So if you're not sure what a vision board is, it's basically taking your goals, making it look really attractive, really fun, really pretty, and having it made into a piece of art. So I use a canvas, you can use cardboard as well. But it's taking those goals and really making them live. So when you look at it every day, it's telling your subconscious mind and your conscious mind what you really want to achieve in life, so you can make those tiny steps forward in getting those ticked off the list. So I'm going to share the vision board workshop PDF that I would send out to all of you. So let me just share screen. So hopefully you can see what I'm reading. I won't go through it all. I just want to really get to the questions at the end because they're super, super powerful. So this will go through what is a vision board, the science behind it, you know, how it all works, how it links, how vision boards are really working on the brain, and where to get started. So where we start is mind mapping. So mind mapping is basically taking a blank piece of paper, writing down a word. It could be family, travel, wealth, I don't know, reputation, health, career, whatever it is, and then going on a bit of a writing journey. So in just writing down all the words that pop into your mind. When I said travel, so I had Nepal, which then takes me into trekking, ABC, EBC, all the base camps. It takes me to the charity that we visit, the girls, what we do over there. It takes me back into how I dress as a little hippie. I've had Australia, so we want to go to NT. We want to go to WA to see the whale sharks and swim with them. We are also planning a bus life to hit the road for a few years and just live on a bus and travel and work and become part of the community all around our country. And that means, therefore, we have to take businesses online, getting hubs sorted. So that's kind of how my quick tangent went, to give you a bit of an idea. So it just helps because it then shows me that's what's coming out of me right now. That must be super important. But you look at that mind map and you, if anything feels resistant, if anything feels like an obligation or responsibility or a conditioned emotion or thought, scribble it out. Okay, it's not to go onto your board. So really sit with that list. So then the next step is asking ourselves some questions, and we're going to go through these with you now. But I don't want you to censor yourself. Write everything down as it comes out of your mind. Don't put on the, oh, I would love to do that, but I don't have enough money. I would love to do that, but I don't have enough time. I would love to do that, but I have too much responsibility. Take that out, take that censoring out. What would you love to do? Okay, when you answer any of these questions. So the first question is the thing I wish I could have done last year. I'm sure we've got lots on the agenda for that and the past several years. The greatest hurdle or the biggest hurdle I overcame last year, the most exciting thing I've ever done. Could be jumping out of a plane, could be a travel, it could be, I don't know, getting married, eloping, I don't know. When can I remember being the happiest I've ever been? And in that moment, I was. So this is really remembering and getting back to our values. What were you doing when you were at most happiest? What did you look like? How did your life look? Did you have little and you're so happy? Or did you have a lot? I don't know. Whilst I'm still able-bodied, I would like to. So what do you want to do whilst you still can do it? I know it doesn't seem achievable, but my masterpiece life would include. So again, taking the censor off, what does your masterpiece life look like? What does your perfect day look like if you could just live it every single day? So when I can remember, sorry, we've already done that one. So my favorite outfit is, if you are working in corporate and you always have to be in suits, but you have the inner hippie in you and you're so used to wearing colorful clothes and loose fitting dresses, write that down, start cutting those pictures out because you need to do more of that when you're not at work. The happiest place I can remember being is, I'm always inspired when I talk to. These are the people you want to surround yourself with. These are your mentors. These are the people who light you up, who make you want to be a better person. Or maybe they just have a fantastic energy and maybe you haven't prioritized them in your life recently, so you need to get them on your board or have something to remind you to spend more time with those people. The most important things in my life are The next adventure I want to plan is, at the moment, the thing I'm working hardest at is. So you might be studying, you might be coming over trauma, you might be working through stuff, you might be planning a massive adventure to take people around, you know, the family around Australia or overseas. What's important to you in your life? A new skill I would like to develop. So again, we go into that personal development, that study, maybe it's a career change. It's money, or even just something that you really enjoy. It could be you learn to sew or learn to cook, or I don't know, what do you want to learn? What's a new skill? If money and age wasn't a restriction, I would. So again, getting out of that censored programming, and what would you do? If I was guaranteed to succeed, I would. What are you putting off in your life right now that you put off because you're scared of failing? There's no failing, there's always failing forward. There's always learning and growing. Okay, so what are you putting off? Write that down. And if I saw a friend in the same place I was as me, I would tell them. So if you met yourself, what would you tell yourself? You know, what advice would you give them? So once I go through this and really get, you know, take some time out, make a quiet place to write, you know, you might just think about it. Then we move on and we start to look at that writing. We look at the mind map and go, cool, what do I want to do? And this is where we start to use this goals prompt sheet. So this is your vision board goals. It's a prompt sheet. Start writing down some of your goals. Do you want to save? Are you saving for something? How do you want do you want to pay off debt? Have you got HECS debt? Have you got credit card debt? What do you want to do there with your finances? Do you want to ask for a pay rise? So do you want to change jobs? Do you want to start a business, a side hustle? I don't know. Love and relationships. How does your relationships look now with your partner, your significant other? Does it need work? Do you need to prioritize time? Do you need to prioritize date nights? Other ones is career and business. You know, do you want to change jobs? Do you want to keep working up that ladder? Do you need to expand your business? Do you need to start websites? Do you need to get a business coach? Health and fitness. We pretty much know how to do those ones, but expand your thoughts. It might not just be toning up and getting fit. Like, do you want to try some different things? Do you want to go out trail running? Do you want to start rock climbing? Do you want to do some yoga? Do you know, like, do you want to get into swimming? Do a half marathon, a triathlon, play a sport? You know, write those down as well. Growth and study. So for me, you know, I'm going into the healing. So I want to learn how to play singing bowls and sound healing bowls. I want to do some courses around extra strength and conditioning. You know, I want to do more yoga study. I want to look at Ayurvedic medicine and nutrition. So, you know, travel experiences, that's kind of the fun stuff. It's even like, yay, we haven't been able to think like that for a while. Self-care, what do you need to do for yourself that you're not doing now to help take your health, well-being, mindset to the next level this year? Materialistic things, like what kind of car do you want to drive? Do you want a motorbike? Do you want a new house? Do you want a new kitchen? Do you want a new bedroom suite? You know, do you want a Louis Vuitton? Do you want, I don't know, special runners? Do you want a new wardrobe? So materialistic things are really important too, guys. Okay, don't forget that as well. You know, as much as we can't just live off that, we need to fill our cups in all areas. This is a really important, fun one as well. The impact in charity. What kind of impact do you want to have in this world? You know, are you working with charities? Do you want to become part of some of the meetings and charities that they put on functions? Do you want to do a run that's raising money and awareness for something? Do you want to plan an event that might be raising money for something that's dear to your heart? So what impact do you want to have? Inspirational people, so mentors, people that you look up to, people that you seek refuge and inspiration from. You know, write those names down and start getting photos of them, or maybe you'll go into Google, I don't know. It might be the Dalai Lama, or it could be a sports person. You know, you might be in a sport and you're like, wow, I really want to be like that number one. So, and then there's just a few other blank ones for goals that you might have that I haven't mentioned there. So that's just really setting the scene for you to create your masterpiece vision board. So now the fun begins. Now you're a bit more clear. Now, I guess the work kind of begins in another way. Is I like to map it out, and I'll read out the segments for you, and I'll also have a typed up document for you. So when we do our vision board, it's in these sections. Again, if personal development, learning, study is not part of your jam this year, don't have it on there, just leave it. So we have these quadrants. So the quadrants look at wealth, prosperity, and abundance. So that is going to be up in the top corner. In the middle is your reputation, in the sense of not an ego, but how do you wish to be seen in the world? How are you going to level up as a human being this year? How do you want to show up? Okay, and so that's the middle, and then on the right hand top corner will be love and relationships. So that is that significant one. That is really looking at your love life. Okay, if you're single, maybe you're ready to mingle. If you're in a marriage or a partnership and you've just been ships in the night because you've had kids or whatever it is, what do you need to do? What kind of goals do you want to have in there? You'll have the photos of them, obviously. Then the next, in the middle part of your sheet, you'll have friends, family, and social life. So what kind of things do you want to do? Just getting out and about. There might be new restaurants, new activities you want to try out and do. So this is where you get to have a bit of fun as well, and just being social. In the middle, it's health, it's unity, it's grounding, it's centering. So, you know, you're doing your health and fitness, but what other things do you want to bring in to that area? Then on the other side, on the right-hand side, in the middle is the creative and the play. So how do you want to open your mind? How do you want to get creative this year? It might be writing, drawing, journaling, dancing. I don't know what it looks like for you, but if it's not creative, it's play. How do you want to have fun? How do you need to bring way more fun back into your life? And what kind of activities are going to bring that about? And I always think back to, what did you do as a kid? You know, what would a kid enjoy? Get doing that stuff, guys. And then the bottom section on the left-hand side, we have knowledge, self-cultivation, personal development, study. So how do you want to, you know, build this up and your skills? And then the middle one is your career, your business, your life path. So where you're at now, where do you want to be in a year or 5 years, whatever your vision board is set up to be. And then travel and helpful people is in that bottom corner on the right. So I will have a document that will show you how to quadrant it. And then the fun bits. Let's go and make pretty stuff. So like we all are born a blank canvas. I have a blank canvas here. It's still wrapped up, obviously. And I like to paint mine. If you don't want to paint it, you could also just get wrapping paper. So blank wrapping paper or pretty wrapping paper. I'll just stop sharing screen now. Just realized you probably would have seen that tiny bit of paper for quadrants. Sorry, guys, it will be typed up for you. This is just mine that I'm jotting down for this year. So you can use this to cover your boards or your cardboard. You can just get colourful cardboard. And then start to print off. So what I like to do is I like to go into all my images, either from my phone or on my computer, and just save family shots, Matt Brooklyn shots, some of my family friends and family. I like to look at some of the places we've already traveled, and then I go to Dr. Google and I look at all the things that I want. So for me, you know, I've got my Mustang GT black slick car. I've got singing bowls. I've got yogi. I've got, you know, big sunflower. I've got quotes. So you can look up Google, just save the image and then put it into a Word document. Just save, and then print them off. Or you could go and buy magazines. So I bought a few magazines. Obviously, wellbeing and health is massive to me. They're really expensive though, guys. So make sure you read them before you chop them up. So looking for words, you know, I like to look for pictures in these. Might be food inspiration, some of the backgrounds, you know, some of those, you'll see this probably on, I think I'm pretty much bought the magazine just for that picture. So just, you know, finding pictures that resonate with you to put on the back of your board or at the front of your board. Words, you know, fit, you can have it in your health section, you know. Oh, look at that, boost your sex life. Wow, okay, you can all put that on your vision board. But you know, it's all different. Okay, so just getting it might be like, you know, I need time. I might just cut the word time out. Balance, I might have a scale with balance time. So cut out. So this is a rule that I really need you to understand, is if you're putting pictures up of other people, other than your friends and family that you have that connection or relationship with. But let's say I was like, oh, I want this chick's body. I don't, but anyway, it's pretty hot though. But you can't, I couldn't put that whole picture on. I would have to cover her face because I don't want to look at her because that's her body. I want to look at that. You could creepily put your face on there, but you want to cover any eyes or any faces that you do not know, or if it's linked with a body or an activity. Okay, so obviously friends, family, if you're doing photos that are yours and you want to see their faces, of course. But if you're doing a body and you're doing it as your inspiration, I'm like, I'm going to run this year, I would cover and just have maybe the running legs. So hopefully that makes sense as power. You don't want to be looking into someone else's eyes because you want to look at your vision board as if it's already done and that's already you. Okay, so that's one really important thing for your vision board, is not to have a body that's not yours. So get creative. I've got water paints, I've got acrylic paints, textures. I went to Kmart and stocked up on all different colored papers that we can stick on, using stickers as well. So there's little quotes in them. You might find affirmation cards, so you can put your affirmation cards on there, all little pretty bits and pieces. I find that wrapping paper is really good because you can cut out, you know, say for me, I'm going to cut a flamingo out and have it stuck on my board. You know, hessian, make it tactile. I'm going to use these to cut out because again, Nepal is very dear to my heart. I'm going to make my own little flags out of the hessian to go with the color scheme this year. So I hope that helps, guys. I will pop up the documents of how to put your pictures into segments, because it's all about feng shui and how it flows and how everything flows in life together. And on your vision board, you might have that you're focusing on your work and your business, but maybe you want that to flow into your travel. Maybe you've got a business and you want to go global with your business, and you could have, you know, little buzzy bees or something up to your travel and have this beautiful path. And the great thing about vision boards is sometimes they become obsolete. Sometimes they might change. I have tick and flicks on mine because I love a good list. So this is all my fun that I wanted to do. This is the things and my materialistic things I wanted. And then this is my experiences. So I have little ticks of what I've wanted to do. Some just become null and void. I didn't want to do it anymore. This is my massage and my, you know, retreat times. And then a lot of it come obsolete because this happened. This is when I was trying to fall pregnant with Brooklyn. And so a lot of the stuff like skirmish that I wanted to do, I couldn't do anymore. But that goes on to my new list because I still want to do that. So I hope this helps. I hope this inspires. I know I've taken a lot of your time, but get excited. It might not happen straight away, but don't leave your vision and your vision board half done. Okay, that's not going to inspire you. So just chip away at it. On the day, we're probably not going to get it fully done, but we're going to do our best. And then we're going to come back together in a few weeks' time to finish it off. If there's any questions, please holler. I hope you had fun and I hope you enjoy doing this process, and just be real. Don't censor yourself. Be completely vulnerable. There's not a lot of options and opportunities in life to really just sit and, it's not even selfish, but just think big and want what you actually want without being filtered. All right, guys, so have a great time doing your vision board. Peace out.